Hi, guys. I'm back, and this is my EL Plurilingual Jigsaw strategy. I picked self reported grades by yours truly, Anthony Chavoya. And to get us started, students will be doing their own self grading, which I think is very rare in classrooms this day. What is self reported grades? This is a form of student self assessment. This approach allows students to examine their own learning, performance, behavior, and understanding. Instead of relying only on the teacher to manage their tasks and goals, it puts more responsibility on the students and gives them their own voice to be more engaged in the class. So, this is a sample student self reported grades and reflection. I have basically student name, date, assignment, project name, what I did well, what I need to improve, effort and participation, goal for next time, teacher feedback optional. Then I just give them like a little 4-step how to do it on the bottom. The key is just let the students vent, let them be honest with themselves, let them be raw, authentic. I don't really judge. Honestly, I'm just trying to get the students to just get out of their shell and just open up to me. That's all I'm trying to do with this project. Well, method. Which I feel like a lot of schools don't do nowadays. How to apply it. The teacher will explain to the students at the end of the week that they will reflect on their own learning and assign themselves a grade or performance level. This will be determined by their growth, understanding, and effort throughout the week or certain amount of days. This template will provide examples, what I did well, I need to improve, so they know how to be honest and consistent with their grading. Allocated time will be provided for students after their assignment, unit, or project to complete their self-grading. Students' self-reported grades will be compared with teacher assessments to identify gaps and areas of improvement. This picture is going to be a whole lot like what you're doing in the real classroom. Teacher and student together collaborating. Yes, you're going to have 30 plus students probably, but you can schedule out a certain section of the classroom to help the students in or to check it out that you could do. It depends on your style. But at the end of the day, as long as you're collaborating with the student and make them feel heard and that they feel like they can open up to you, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Variations for different learners. Under-supported students, scaffolding through guided reflection to enhance participation and confidence. Multilingual students, translated questions and oral assistance. Students with learning disabilities, checklists, photographs, and prompted examples. Advanced learners stretch goals, set stretch goals, track critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity. Here, I put a ladder with 2 students on the top. How are you going to give up the ladder if they can't do it themselves? You help them. You both help each other. They open up to you and you open up to them. You give them the tools to succeed, and it's their job to take the tools and help get themselves up the ladder. It's a collaboration. It's not just a one-sided relationship. Why is this important? It builds a sense of responsibility within your students. Most of the time, students feel you as a teacher will always get them the pass. But like faith without works, learning without application is nothing. You need to have balance. Us as educators need to push the students to put in the work, but we also need them to be vulnerable and to open up and to be honest if they're struggling at their pace. Maybe they got a learning disability, or maybe their home life just isn't the best. And having this balance will help us push them, but also let them be human too, because they're not robots, and we get to balance out the responsibility of helping them get the best grade and the best education they possibly can. It makes students feel they have an influence within the class and their grade. In my own education as a student, I really didn't feel like I had a voice. I felt like I was just there to learn, be told what to do a good grade, move on, and then you're smart. You're validated by the system. But here, we let the students feel like they're humans. We just let them learn. We let them have a voice, and doesn't feel like they're being forced to be there. More interactive and engaging rather than letting the teacher determine your worth by a grade. Just like my point a couple minutes ago. When the grade doesn't determine your worth anymore because you have a say in it, that changes everything about you as a student and your teacher as the educator. That is one of, I think, the biggest points in this presentation. I hope you use this method to better your students in the future. Thank you guys for listening to this presentation, and have a great day.